Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Road to Masters Gold League Edition. This is a PvP, me, Logert, the Blue Protoss, down in the 7 o'clock position versus Templar, King of Ire, the Red Protoss, down in the 5 o'clock position. PvP again, not my favorite matchup, although I feel like it's a better demonstrator of skill and kind of like a same race matchup. I feel like if played right, shows who's the better adapter, kind of able to use these same units to better effect. And I feel like that's pretty well demonstrated in this game. So we're at the moment, just kind of, this is Newkirk Precinct, a map that I've literally never played before other than this map, because I looked at my replays and then it didn't have a little like parenthesis number of what one it is. So this is my first time ever playing on this map. Well, obviously I think it was an old map, but the new version. This is the first time I've ever played on it. And I really like this symbol right here. That's cool. It's like a Terran Dominion symbol. That's cool. But I don't know really what it has to do with a Protoss, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, oh sorry, I have to adjust my mic quick, because my frickin' headphone cord was hitting it and moving it around, and it was all weird, and now I can like hear my voice intensely, so I'm gonna have to move the mic so I don't breathe in the mic. Okay, are we good? I think we're good. So I sent out a scouting probe. I feel like this is too close. Okay, there we go. I sent out a scouting probe into his base, scouting after pylon, because that's just what I do. Doing my typical kind of 3-gate robo style. I really need to get myself off that build, because it sucks versus Stargate builds. And there's a lot of Protosses that go Stargate builds, especially Oracles. Oracle harass is a very popular strategy in the Gold League versus PvP. So I really need to get myself off the robo obsession. It's not really an obsession, it's more a habit. So I sent out my scouting probe. It didn't die, so that's a minor victory for me. He's checking for any proxies, good on him. Production. His cyber is way quicker than mine, because I was too busy microing my probe to not lose it, which that's a mistake. So he starts his warp gate a bit earlier than I did, but I am also getting a zealot out faster than he did. I don't know if that's even relevant at all. And he got supply blocked. That sucks. I did not. So, yeah. Game going off to a pretty uneventful start. No proxy pylons, none of that, stuff that normally happens in my games and games that I cast, cheesiness. But you see, he's going for a Stargate build, a 1-gate Stargate, I believe expand. I played this game about 3 hours ago. Stargate build. So I went for more of a gateway, somewhat robo style. He took my fucking gas right when my probe was about to build my gas. Literally right as I was about to build. I thought I built it. That's how close it was. But then I realized, oh wait, that's not mine. And then I got my motion core out. That's useful. Got my motion core out, made him check for any proxies. But he went up here. Check for a fast. I don't know why I would take a hidden natural, but whatever. He's adding on 2 more gateways, so he's gonna have 3 gates and a Stargate. Going out for the Oracle harass, not chronoing it out. Chronoing instead the warp gate. Maybe a misclick, maybe he meant to do that. I don't know, but his gateways are going to be late, so it's going to be a little mistimed. I'm just adding on 2 more gates, so I'm behind in tech. And I haven't even expanded, so that was okay. Pause the game. I have a small advantage. Let's look at this. Units. I have a units advantage, and I actually went to kind of push for that advantage when I moved out with 2 zealots and a motion core, which is a strategy normally you do against Zerg. But I figured I'm not going to tech up much, so maybe I can get in there, do a little bit of damage, see what happens, kind of thing. See, it's going to be kind of a second scout. Like, I sent the probe. I'm going to use this kind of as a scout, not intending to lose it. Just, when in doubt, I'll just use the mothership core to recall. That was my plan. So, I was at a disadvantage in tech because I did not choose Stargate or Robo or anything. Oh, let's go back to the production tab. I didn't really choose a new tech. I didn't even expand. I really could have expanded. I did expand, actually. So I expanded instead of tech, which that's a decent choice. if had I known the Oracle was coming, would I have expanded? I don't know. He started at Proxy Pylon, which I did not even know happened. He has this probe in my base. The Oracle's on its way. Just as my forces arrive here, check for an expansion, come up here, see what he's got. I realize he's got a Stargate. Here comes an Oracle, and just in time, pull the probes, because I see it, pull the probes. So my reaction time was pretty quick on that. I'm pretty surprised. I did not change all these to warp gates, though. Only have one Stalker. If I would have changed these to warp gates, I could have reacted much better. Completely forgot the Mothership has teleportation ability, but that really wouldn't have helped me, because, yeah. Wait, it can hit air units. Or can it? Can the Mothership Core hit air? I can't really check right now. Whatever. So I come back here. I decide to counter-harass, which is a bad idea when, you know, he's got a Mothership Core that can just pull back. So I get out some Stalkers. My Nexus over here is right about done, so if I ever get harassed again, I can just pull back to there. Do a little bit of micro here, fighting in here, not microing this at all, so I'm going to lose it. Kill off this Stalker, not intentional. Mothership Core just attacking random pylons. Microing over here more than I am anything else. But my production tab, just building a Nexus. I'm not microing it or macroing at all. So that was a mistake. I did a little bit better because I macroed obviously these 3 Stalkers again. And I think I kept making probes. So, oop, kill off the Mothership Core. Why am I could have killed the Mothership Core. That was another mistake I made. I did not kill off that Mothership Core because I accidentally set these to my control group. Or no, I accidentally moved them over to here to attack. But I don't know what. Oh, he mass recalled. I don't know why I didn't just fucking kill him. I could have easily. So making more probes. How did that engagement go in terms of units lost? Heavily favoring him. That whole pushback here was not worth it. I killed off like a pylon and maybe a Stalker and 2 workers. So I'm really surprised I even got that much out of it. So that was not a very cost-effective engagement. I know he has Oracles hanging around here. I just don't know exactly where. That's what I was thinking at this time. So I have my Stalkers over here just in case he tries it again. I figured he wasn't going to bust up the ramp, and if he did, he wouldn't have much because he's investing so much in Oracles that it's just not even worth it. I didn't kill this pylon for a long time. He could have just kept harassing me, but he didn't. So whatever, I guess that's just how he wants to work. So these Oracles building up more energy. He's moving out kind of. I think he's about to take his natural. I'm a bit ahead of him in economy simply because probes I'm ahead even though he harassed me, and I have 2 bases like pretty well established. Have I transferred my workers? No, I have not. That's a small mistake on my part. He's moving out with his Stalkers. I definitely want to pull my workers back, or pull my Stalkers back to deal with that, although I didn't really see it. Didn't really see it coming. He warps in 2 sentries over on this. Oh, if I would have killed that off, that would have made this push way less effective with the sentries. So I scout this, I see the sentry, pull my forces over here, and I think he moves in with these Oracles at this time. But he force fields me out. I'm like, fuck. So I pull these back. Thank God I have the photon here. So he moves over here. He forgets to re-force field, so I get down here, which was a small mistake on this part. Time warps on top of me. Back them out of the time warp, and now I'm in a much better position to fight off these Zealots. And Zealots obviously go down. Kill the Mothership Core and the sentries, and the Void Ray. And there. Sorry about that. Sorry about that little break there. Oh, let me turn up the volume quick. Okay. Now we are back with... Oh, let me move the mic again. I have to readjust. Okay, so I held off this push pretty economically, and the units lost tab, it's pretty much evened up now. Get out my Mothership Core again, that's obviously very important. Sorry I had to drink a bit of this. Oh, it's not very good. Ew. The Oracle moving out. Pull my probes. It goes back, tries to juke it out. Nope. Didn't get a single probe. Not a big deal. So the probes go back to mining. Again, I'm at a tech disadvantage still. I have not opted for any tech, but I'm at an economic advantage. So that's where my advantage lies instead of in tech. And albeit, that is tech is definitely an advantage that you cannot ever make up. Like, you can't just all game never have never at least catch up with him on tech. Tech will pretty much beat you out most of the time. Like, economy, obviously it's very important, but tech is just, you don't need economy if you have good enough tech. Like, you don't need to keep reproducing your army if you just have great tech. You just steamroll. So I was behind in tech. See, he has a Void Ray and Stalkers. Although his Stalker count is semi-limited, he has the Void Ray, which does extra damage versus Armored, which makes this push completely useless because I am going to die if I push this. So I realize this and back off and check if he has a third, because if he has a third, then he is definitely ahead of me. And I see that he does not have a third. So, little sigh of relief there. He's not miles ahead of me, but I feel like he's ahead just because of that Oracle harass. Whenever I'm harassed, I get it in my head that I'm behind. And when I'm behind, in a trademark move of mine, I take bases. That's just kind of what I do. When I feel like I'm behind, I kind of realize that, okay, it's either I'm going to play stupidly greedy and get back into this, or it'll just kill me off, but I was behind anyway. So I feel like whenever I'm behind, I take bases, because I feel like there's nothing to lose, because I'm already behind, so I'm fighting uphill. And in order to level the battle, or level the game, I need to take a base and just be up on him, and be kind of farther than him economically, because I feel like that'll kind of even it out. And if it doesn't work, I was already behind. I mean, I would have lost anyway if I wouldn't have. So I finally add on a Robo, which is not the correct choice in this situation. Twilight definitely would have served me better, although I have Twilight tech. If I would have gone for DT Shrine, that would have worked way better, because then I can do what he's gonna do when he adds on Dark Shrine, get DTs, and then DTs also have that second function that no one ever thinks of, the function of turning into Archons. So no one ever... Oh, I also transfer back some probes because I don't really have too many workers up here, but I have plenty down here. So when am I going to take my base? Because I realized pretty quick that, hey, I'm behind. And in order to get back in this, I need to get economically ahead. Because that's how I play a greedy style, so that's how I get back into games. So at this point, I am behind. Like, units lost tab will show it. I'm not even trading equally right now. I'm a little bit behind. So where's this probe going? Probably to scout if I have a fourth, because it'd be 2, 3. Actually, my fourth would be here. So 1. Maybe he thinks I'll take that. That could be my third though. He's probably checking if I have a third or fourth. Although I kind of opted. I always opt for this base. I like this base more than this base. This base is just too wide open. Like, if you just look, it's just hugely wide open. Here, at least, you have a ramp, but you have a second ramp, but you have at least ramps. Oh, he's setting up a proxy. That's what he's doing. So, let's go back to the production tab. I'm adding on Blink, because I figured if I can just blink under the Void Rays and kill off maybe 5 of them when he's not looking, that'll give me an advantage. That's literally what I thought. Whenever I see Voids, I just go Blink, because if I can blink under them, they're not nearly as effective. And if I can just get 3 or 4 free Void kills, basically for free, before the battle even starts, then I'll be in good shape. So I really should have gotten out at least Immortals. Immortals and Colossus would have changed this game. Like, if I would have had an Immortal and a Colossus at this point, which could have easily have been done if I would have gone for Robo earlier. I set up Photons just because I'm like, okay, I saw him move out, so I'm like, fuck. So I add on... What else? What did I add on? I went for an upgrade. Added on my Nexus, because I figured I was behind. Added on 3 Photons, because I saw the DT Shrine. And I figured 3 Photon Cannons might turn the tide of the battle in my favor. The Nexus, obviously I put on the Nexus. Adding an Immortal, because I saw some Stalkers, and it could be useful. +1 weapons, I saw he didn't have any upgrades. So I was like, upgrades, maybe I can get an advantage if he forgets. And his army's actually looking pretty good right now for being a low supply army. And he's pretty far ahead of me, despite me having more probes. Oh, actually, he has more than me now. So now I have lost my economic advantage. So now he's ahead of me economically, ahead of me technologically, and ahead of me. The only thing he's not ahead of me in is upgrades. And that's soon going to change because he's going to get 1-1. So all of my advantages became weaknesses, and I didn't even know it. So I wasn't really harassing. I felt like I had better map awareness. I was checking the minimap more often, which give myself a little bit of props for that. I've been working on that, looking at the minimap all the time to spot for oracles. I figured his oracle harass is pretty much over now because I saw he's using the oracle as a detector. Nice. I was pretty sure that he was the oracle the whole oracle deal was pretty much done. I had way too many stalkers, especially versus a void army. Like that was a bad idea. A void zealot army, and I went mass stalker. Like it wasn't the smartest choice, not gonna lie. But the archons countered my zealots. I really should have gotten more like archons though. Or not archons, I should have gotten more zealots. Zealots would have just served me better, but they can't hit void, so I was kind of trapped, really. Short of going air myself, which probably in hindsight would have been a good choice, like void Colossus would have been destructive, like versus them. Void Colossus, like, well, Sentry wouldn't really work because he has archons, but void Colossus, it'd be super expensive, but I'm on 3 base. I'm a 3 base Protoss, I can afford it. Or DT harass on top of this. I should have gone more tech. I opted less for tech and went more for just, I need fucking units. That's what I did, and it wasn't a smart choice at all. I don't advise you to ever do it. Don't go for more crappy units versus some good units that counter him. Well, not even counter. There's nothing really that counters this army. Because he's got the stalkers, so Void Rays could be nullified, although they'll do pretty well against them. The Archons obviously will kill Zealots, which would work against the Stalkers. The Zealots would kill the Stalkers, which would work against the Archons and the Voids. And the Voids just kill everything. So he's got a pretty well-rounded army right now. I'm actually thinking about making this my new army composition that I ideally go for. DT, like, I really like this guy's build. DT, harass, if necessary. Like, this is just a very good build that he did. Like, I give him mad props for this. He's macroing harder than I am. He's keeping his money low. He's on 4 bases. I'm on 4 bases too. I think I take a 5th pretty soon too. I move out with, not gonna lie, not a superior army at all. And if I actually openly engage this, I'm probably gonna get crushed because he's at 1-1 and I'm at 1-0. I'm adding on +1 or +2 attack and a extended thermal lance because I'm going to get out Colossus because Colossus are just good against everything. So I come up here, check if he has a 4th. Nope. Come up here, and obviously he has a 3rd. I saw his army there. So pull back, engage. Maybe I can catch some of his army. Oh, do I even get... Nope, I didn't even get... Ooh, that Archon's so low. So he moves out. Those Archons are fast, man. Oh, shit, that militia corps is going to die. Oh, it died. So he got the time warp, but I barely got away from the time warp, so now I'm just kind of pulling back. Production tab, he's doing a lot more than me. He's actually adding on. He's multitasking. He pretty much at this point is outplaying me. Like, he's just better at this game than I am at this point. Not even gonna try and lie. He's better than me. So I picked my fight here, simply because it's, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to pick my fight somewhere, and I figured he wasn't watching his army, so... Adding on extended thermal lance. Did I have a Colossus out? Yes, I did, but I didn't even use it. Oh, now I'm going to use it, I think. So I have just Zealots left, or just Stalkers. So now I have the Colossus attacking, which Colossus, good against everything. Not perfect against everything, but good against everything. So I blink on top of them. Bad choice in hindsight, but these Stalkers aren't even attacking, so I was messing this up. Adding on another Colossus. So I held off this push pretty well, actually, but the units lost tab. Yeah, it's not going too well for me. Kill off these 2 free Stalkers. I've lost a lot of units. I have not been economical simply because I've opted for less tech units. If I would have had either A, more Colossus, or B, Archons, or C, Void Rays, Colossus, Void Ray, Stalker, like, and then a lot of Zealots, I would have charged lots. I would have come out way ahead in this game. Like, I probably could have won this game had I added on Voids. And then, does he have any air upgrades? He's got 2 shields. So he's at 2-2 right now. So he's now beating me in literally everything. He's got more economy than me. I believe he has more probes. Nope, I have more probes. But income, we're about tied. I'm a little bit ahead, but he's way ahead of me in gas. How? How is he so ahead of me in gas? Oh, do I have anyone? No, I don't have anyone up there. But how is he at 4 times more than me? He's got no one mining here. He's got people mining. Okay, I have 3, 3, 3, 0, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. Not started. That's not 900 gas per minute though. Like, that's ridiculous. So I just set my army in the middle here. Honestly, I felt like I lost the game at this point simply because his tech is so good, and I didn't even know what to do in this situation. Like, Mothership Core, I should have added on my Mothership Core. It would have helped. I could have picked my fight up on this. Then I really should have picked my fight here, because then his voids would have been pretty much nullified. Oh, why didn't I pick up my fight right here? I could have, especially with the Colossus. The Colossus can like AoE down that. Holy crap! But he does have Dark Templar. I'm on 5 base now, so that's good. Ahead of him. Nope, never mind. He's taking a 5th base too. He's ahead of me in pretty much everything right now. So this game was not my best game. Added on a 2nd Robo. Am I getting more upgrades? Yes, I am. Production tab looking pretty healthy right now. Adding 3 weapons, 1 shield. Don't know why I got shields, but I did. Armor probably would have been a better choice. Not gonna lie. Made a few mistakes this game. Not gonna lie. This game's going on really long. Like, I noticed that this game went on for really long. I figured if I could just get close to 200 supply, then oh, there's a DT. And the DT gets spotted after finally getting in range of my photons. So this is just not a very good game for me. He never really transferred his probes. Production tab, adding on a lot of stuff. Why did I think I was just like playing like afraid of his army. Like, I was just afraid he's just gonna crush me. So I was just like, units now. Whereas if I would have actually thought and like got out of Stargate would have, in hindsight, a Stargate would have done amazing versus them. Because, oh wait, no. High Templar would have worked too. On the Archons, get some High Templar, and then storm everything. Like, that would have worked very well. So High Templar would have done very well in this situation. Feedback all the Archons, and then storm like crazy on top of everything else. And I probably could have... Oh, wait, no. Feedback is for energy. Never mind. But still, I could have High Templar, then made him to Archons. So... And this would have been a 200 versus 200 max Protoss army fight. So, and this is a really bad engagement for me, and my units get stuck in the time warp. So this game was bad. So we're gonna speed it up because I'm getting owned right now, and it's rather embarrassing. I'm losing my Colossus, finally pulling back to here again, and I honestly just gave up because his army was just too good. So I'm really not doing too good in gold right now. I'm getting beaten by all-ins a lot, and then people like this, I'm just making bad decisions. Like, pull back, like, I can look at this game, oh, and make these warp gates, make these warp gates, make these warp gates, make these warp gates, and I can maybe macro out of them, macro more. I have so much money. I could have gone a different tech route. I could have. I had time, I had the money, I could have done it. So, there's a lot of criticisms you can put in the comment section right now. Not gonna lie, I did not play this game well. It was mostly because I'd gotten cheesed 5 times in a row for the last... I've lost 6 games in a row, and I've gotten cheesed 5 games today. This is the last game I played today, and I was just angry. Like, why don't people in gold play standard? Like, this guy played standard and he just outplayed me. Like, I'm not mad that this guy beat me. Like, that's kind of another thing. I don't get mad when I lose to people like this. Like, this dude, he outplayed me. Like, honestly, I'm not even going to deny it. He literally just outplayed me. So, he definitely deserves this win. But, like, people that, like, proxy 2 racks all in and mass Reaper harass and crap like that. Like, I lost 5 games in a row to that. And there was, like, a DT base race guy. That was dumb. Or no, he was, I don't know. So I lose, and I pull back, but he has so many DTs that I practically lose everything. losing Colossus, and I'm just gonna speed up because this game's getting bad. See his army. At this point, I've given up because I lost. So I say GG, well played, and it was well played. He legitimately beat me. So please leave suggestions for me in the comment section. This was not one of my best games, so please don't take this game as a, this is how he's actually doing. This is a, these are problems that I have when I get pressured. I kind of quake under pressure, which that's a problem in and of itself. And please know that I know a lot of these problems. I'm aware of a lot of them, but still, feel free to point them out and do all that stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all that. Holy crap. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. And I'll see you all next time.